Good evening, Internet. The Real Shroom here. Welcome to my pet deck series where I play my favorite decks and cards in Magic the Gathering. And I'm going to play some more standards tonight. Whenever there's a new set released, I like to run at least one stream of my Esper Banditless Control deck just to see if the new set gives any tech that really pushes the deck over the top. What is Banditless Control? Let's take a look. So this is my pettiest pet deck that I just really love to play this this archetype of Dimir-based control. It's all about interaction. We're going to make our opponents discard the cards in their hand. We're going to counter their spells on the stack. We're going to remove their permanents on the battlefield, and we have the card draw to make sure we draw the cards we need when we need to, and the win cons to make sure that we can actually win the game before we deck out. So that is the plan. Interactions point one is the hand. We're going to make our opponents discard cards with duress and binding negotiation. Liliana of the Veil is like a dual purpose card. We've got a new piece from Final Fantasy, which is Jecht, Reluctant Guardian. It's a 4/3 menace. When it deals combat damage to a player, you may exile it, then return it to the battlefield transformed. So it comes back as this 7/7 menace, which is also a saga. For chapters 1 and 2, each opponent discards a card and you draw a card. And then for chapter 3, each opponent sacrifices 2 creatures of their choice. So I do like the evasive 4/3 body. I like the fact that it flips over into like a mind rot that also draws us 2 cards over the course of 2 turns, and it's a 7/7 menace. So this seems like it might actually be pretty good. I used to run Hostile Investigator, but I think this card is just like way better than Hostile Investigator. And then we additionally have a Aclazotz as a discard piece, which is also one of our win con. There's a fair amount of overlap in the deck. Second point of interaction will be countering our opponent's stuff on the stack. Of course, we've got our 3 steps ahead. Only a couple of copies of that. 1 Spell Pierce and 1 No More Lives in the main for counter spells. And then there's the removal to get rid of anything that slips through the cracks and gets onto the board. That's going to include a couple of cut downs, a Shieldred's Edict, a Bitter Triumph, Anointed Affliction, Get Lost, Exercise, Liliana, couple of Day of Judgment. Scavenger Regent is like a combination threat and sweeper. I really do like the omen-based sweeper aspect of this. Down to only 1 copy from 2, but I think that it's still definitely worth including because it can be just a 4/4 flyer or discard a card. Our opponent's going to have a hard time discarding cards when we're through with them with all of our discard effects. And then we've also got a new Ride's End and a new card, Ultima, from the new set, which is a wrath that destroys creatures and artifacts. We don't really have any artifacts that we produce in our deck, so I'm trying this card out. Maybe this is helpful against Cori Steel Cutters, since like every deck is playing Cori Steel Cutters these days. So it's like a Day of Judgment that for 1 more mana also gets rid of the cutters. Ending the turn is something we'll have to keep in mind, so we'll have to make sure that we play this, you know, at the point we're ready for the turn to end. But I want to give this a shot. Maybe it's actually good in a Cori Steel Cutter meta. And then yeah, Liliana, Dreadhorde General, also can be a removal piece when she does her -4 to make each player sacrifice 2 creatures. And then, of course, we've got our threats, win cons. We've got, starting at 3, Unstoppable Slasher. Just a great 3-drop that's a good win con in its own right. We've got Shieldred. We've got the Scavenger Regent. We've got Jecht. We've got Aclazotz, we've got Elspeth Stormslayer. Now, we don't really have any particular synergy with Elspeth. We're not like a token deck at all. We don't even run Fountain Ports. But I think this card is just good enough to win on its own. Just her plus creates 2 tokens. Good to have 2 tokens. That's a good way to protect your planeswalkers. Those tokens, and she pluses to get 2 of them every single turn. Eventually, she'll put counters on all those tokens and just will overwhelm the board with our huge board of flying tokens. She can also just -3 to destroy creatures with mana value 3 or greater. So just an extremely powerful planeswalker that I'm trying out in the deck for the first time because I think it can just like win games. We've got Meringue River Regents, which also doubles as a card draw piece. You know, again, a lot of overlap in the deck. And then Liliana, Dreadhorde General, of course, is a win con that just keeps keeps creating the zombie tokens, and of course lets us draw cards when the zombies die. Extremely powerful planeswalker that can close out games pretty well. And then, of course, we've got the card draw to help us get the pieces we need when we need them. 3 steps ahead can be a card draw spell. We've got a 1 of Deduce, just a 1 of, because another big change for the deck is I'm now running 4 stock ups in the deck. I think this might be the key. You know, we've played this deck a number of times, many times on the channel, including several times recently on this pet deck series, and lost a lot. And I think maybe it's time to just start playing 4 stock ups. All the control decks are playing 4 stock ups. Like every blue deck in Standard is running 4 of this card. it's not particularly good with the strategy that we're playing, because we do like to be able to play instant speed if possible, but it's just such an extremely powerful card. Tonight we're going to find out if that is the key to getting this deck to really hum the way that I want it to. And then of course we've got our Meringue River Regents, which for their Omen side is a draw 3, discard 2, discard 1, so a very good card draw piece. So that is the plan. Interact, make you discard your cards in hand, counter your stuff on the stack, remove your stuff on the battlefield, close out games with our very powerful win conditions. So I'm back down to 25 lands in the deck because I'm sick of flooding out. I think this is a good number. We've got our stock ups to help us find stuff. We've got surveil lands, and we've got the deduce. We should be able to at least get to 3 mana, one would think, with our 25 lands and surveils to make sure that we can start casting stock ups. And once we start doing that, we should be good to go. The only tech we have is we have a couple of demolition fields here somewhere, and then we've got one of each of the restless lands, one fortress, one anchorage, and one one reef. The sideboard contains 3 authority of the consoles for the aggro decks, as well as an additional Annoyance Affliction for more removal against aggro decks. Cease Desist might be an obsolete card at this point because Domain is not really that much widely played anymore, but it's in there for a little bit of graveyard hate coupled with super hate against Domain decks, and very good against artifact and enchantment heavy decks. So we're still playing the 2. Beza also there against aggro. Spell Pierce number 2 can come in against control and combo decks. Exercise number 2 against artifact enchantments, like Ketchamos, decks that want to play big creatures or indestructible creatures. A Resting Peace is additional graveyard hate. We're trying 1 Poison the Waters from Final Fantasy as a sweeper for 1 toughness creatures, which is cool. It kills like Deep Cavern Bats and tokens. There's all kinds of different 1 toughness tokens that rear their head in the format, but it also can just be it can be like a not as good Dreams of Steel and Oil, allowing us to thought season artifact or creature card from our opponent's hand. So I like the versatility and the low mana value of 2 for this effect. Got 1 pest control against the Pixie bounce decks. Tishana's Tidebinder is good against artifacts, enchantments. Not as much enchantments, but creatures with powerful activated abilities, planeswalkers, Jace the Perfected Mind, etc. Shielded number 2 will come in against matchups where opponents want to draw a lot of cards, and we've got a Sunfall on the side for those matchups with all those like enduring creatures, indestructible creatures that you just want to exile. Sometimes you just got a Sunfall, and we've got one in the board for those occasions. So that is the plan, and I'm kind of optimistic that the 4 stock ups might have been the missing ingredient this deck needed all along to really get the consistency that it needs to draw what it needs when it needs to. Because if we can do that, we're playing some of the most powerful cards in Standard. I think that we can actually get some wins. Well, let's see if that theory passes the test on the platinum tier of the standard ladder. If you want to support me and my content, you like off-meta MTG content, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. Crazed Hyper will be our first opponent, with new and improved Banditless Control. And this hand looks reasonable, we'll keep. We'll do a little surveillance to lead off. Do I want land number 5? Sure. We eventually want to get to 5 mana. There's Bat. Takes our Ride's End. Okay. I think that we will Binding Negotiation, Sheltered by Ghosts, Enduring Tenacity, in order to run Get Lost. Let's take Enduring Tenacity maybe, because we can't actually get rid of it any other way. Yeah, that's fine. Very annoying card. Alright, that's a good draw for them. Let's surveil here. Binding Negotiation. Yeah, I like that. All right, let's deduce. And we are just going to sweep. Get back our ride's end. Hey, look, it's a stock up. Okay, I think we will. Let's stock up. We'll take, what do we want? Duress plus maybe Meringue River Regent. And we will binding negotiate. Bloodthirsty Conqueror, no thank you. Alright, let us duress this Get Lost. So they can't kill our dragon. Elinda, Saint of Dusk. Oh, we could have countered that. Oops. I wasn't paying attention. Okay. So obviously we should have countered that. I just took my eye off the screen for a moment there. Hexproof from Instance. +5 +1/+1 has menace, additional +5/+5 as long as your life total is 10 more. Okay, so I guess 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's pretty annoying. I guess actually what I need to do, so I could play the dragon and bounce it, then they can just recast it, and in fact if they have a second mana they can just Sheltered by Ghost my dragon immediately. So I think what I need to try to do is actually find a sweeper. Gumdrop Poisoner, Okay, so that's a 10/10 now. So I think I actually do just need to find a sweeper. This is risky. I draw 3 lands. That's very bad. Liliana. Okay, there we go. Perfect. So let's play our land. Let's Lily. Now they can play this Poisoner and kill my Lily, but I do have a Right's End that can kill the Poisoner. So make you sack your thing.
Undead make great minions. Loyal. And I do quite enjoy necromancy.
There's the Poisoner. Sheltered by Ghosts, sure.
I will rise again.
Oh, Shieldred's Edict, that's a good one. Sack a non-token creature, please. Get Lily back at full loyalty. Okay.
Necromancy is a lot like plucking turnips.
I'm not gonna attack this turn. It's gonna hold up my counterspell. Nowhere to run, gonna kill my zombie, that's totally fine. I get to draw a card.
Death is such an effective tool.
Alright. Make a zombie.
You've reached
Play a surveil land.
End.
We don't need more lands at this point. So now we'll start attacking with the Reef. Oh, we actually don't have double blue up. So, never mind. Never mind. Next turn we can attack with the reef. Okay, no more lies isn't going to be that impactful at this point. Let's stock up.
No way but my way.
Binding negotiation. Exercise. Okay, now we can attack with the reef. Oh, no we can't. Never mind. Sorry, work was brutal today. Nowhere to run? Okay, sure. Gonna kill another zombie? Sure. I draw a card. Shieldred.
This is more enjoyable than slaying demons.
So I can make them sack all their stuff if I wanted to. I don't think there's any need though. Get rid of that. Make a zombie.
Ooh, time to wake up and
Attack.
smell the decay.
Play Shieldred. There's that guy again. We can no more lies. And that's game. So they're like an aristocrat style deck, probably a Sephiroth deck. We certainly want, I think we want Poison the Waters. I think we want Cease Desist and Rest in Peace. And probably Sunfall. And I think Exercise too against that thing that's, and Anoint with Affliction. All right, a lot of stuff here. I think I'll actually cut, all the sack effects are going to be really good. I'll cut Ultima. I like Sunfall better than Ultima. Like Get Lost, I just hate that card against decks with lots of creatures. Maybe I'll cut Spell Pierce. Cut Bitter Triumph. I cut Bitter Triumph. Okay, yeah, we don't want to pay 3 life to do a Bitter Triumph. I'll cut the Slasher since I'm bringing in the Sunfall. Cut down's good against the bats. Cut Deduce. Run 61. Double stock up, but no creature interaction of any kind. And a mulligan. Okay, this is a little better. We don't have white mana, but we can find it. I'm gonna bottom this Restless Reef, I think. Authority of the Consuls. Sure. All right, let's grab our planes. And we'll play our islands. Deep Cavern Bat. Well, I guess we're going to counter that because we don't have a removal card for it. All right, let's stock up. Shieldred and Aclazotz both seem pretty good. Duress is also pretty good. I think I'll take Duress and Aclazotz. Zorleen. All right. We draw 3 steps ahead. Let's Duress. They just got lands. Okay. Sheltered by Ghosts. just to give their thing lifelink. Actually gonna counter that, because that means that Aclizots can't trade with it anymore. I guess it could, but it's just a pain. Okay, they can just bring it back. Okay, well, it cost them 2 life. Sure. Okay, so we need to play a black source. Come on, pay attention, Shroom. Aclizots. Comes in, play tapped. Alright, we draw Meringue River Regents. Let's attack with Aclizots. We get to make a bat. It does come into play tapped. Alright, let's play our dragon. Bounce the bunny and the authority. Nothing in the graveyard to get back. Stock up. That's a good one. Alright, let's attack with Aclizots. Rise of the Dark Realms. Wow. Okay. Let's stock up. Anoint with Affliction. Plus Scavenger Regents. Seems pretty good. Alright, let's get rid of Zorline. Pay the ward cost. GG's. Okay, rough one at times, but convincing win. Kiwi Dango is our next opponent. We've got black and white mana. And a bunch of expensive spells. Opponent kept 7. We're on the draw. We just need our deck to give us some lands and we'll be good, right? This deck doesn't do anything for a while, though. I don't know if this is keepable. I think it's actually a mulligan. Okay, that's better-ish. I mean, we have Liliana we can cast. I'm gonna keep... We'll bottom Ultima, I guess. I don't want to go to 5. Okay. Opponent leads on Boros, so they're most likely some kind of aggro deck. Drake Hatcher. Okay, let's pass. Vivi. Add X. What does this thing do again? It adds mana, right? Adds mana in any combination of blue or red, where X is Vivi's power. Activate only during your turn, only once each turn. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you put a thing on it. Okay. Sure. Alright, we're gonna anoint that. And here we'll play Lily. Edict to you.
Happy to help, but I'm taking lead. I've always hated crowds.
Another Drake Hatcher. And get lost.
Oh, that's my cue to leave.
Okay, we do have an Elspeth next turn, which is cool. Hopefully. Chart a course. Alright, let's go for a get lost. So they have 2 cards in hand. And 2 mana up. So I don't know if I go for Elspeth here. It depends on what I draw, I guess. Let's deduce. Jecht. Maybe I just play Jecht instead. Jecht's good. Do a little exploration. Meringue River Regent. Yeah, we'll keep that on top. Gonna bounce my Jecht. Phoenix down. Gonna reanimate their Vivi. Okay, they are an Occulus deck, unsurprisingly. Okay, so I want to sweep the Occulus. So yeah, I think I like playing Elspeth here. We make some tokens.
I will turn the top. More heroes for the cause.
Block. Okay. Let's play a land, surveil. We'll take another land, sure. Let's make some more tokens.
Join the fight.
Attack. I guess we can explore with one of our tokens. Nah, we're just gonna hold up our card draw. Okay, opponent scoops. So, yeah, we want Rest in Peace, we want Cease Desist, Anoint with Affliction, probably Spell Pierce, Tishana's. Seems fine. We'll cut downs. I'm gonna cut Ultima. Let's cut Deduce. I'm gonna cut Exercise. I think the only thing it hits is the Oculus. But we've got enough stuff to deal with that. We've got double stock up, which is good. We have no sideboard cards. Binding Negotiation is good. They could absolutely be a Soul Cauldron deck, which I didn't consider also. But we have Cease Desist, so that could help. I don't know. I feel like I want something. Yeah, well, we'll keep. Stock up. We're trying out stock up. Trying to see if stock up will make us a better deck. You would think it would. It's very good card. All right, let's go get a swamp. Ninth Affliction is good. Looks like they're deciding whether to counter. They do. Spell Pierce. Cori Steel Cutter. We don't draw land number 3. Okay. Like, wow, does every red deck run Cori Steel Cutter? Yes, they all do. Because it just creates a huge board of creatures. Basically for free. We'll just take this hit. I don't want to waste a removal spell on that. Okay. Let's play a slasher. Vivi. They get a free token. Alright, so I think we're going to lose to this Cori Steel Cutter. Let's kill Vivi. Pass. Chart a course. Shieldred. Well, we'll play Slasher, I guess. Phoenix down. I actually can just exile my thing. Okay. Well, good draw for our opponent, terrible draw for us. Alright, so it's one of those Cori Steel Cutter decks. So, we do want Ultima. We want Exercise. I guess we want Authority of the Consoles too. We do want Cease Desist. We want a lot of stuff, so we gotta make some cuts. Lily's too slow. I think this Elspeth 2 might also be too slow. Let's bring in Shieldred number 2. Lily isn't going to be good because they're a Cori Steel Cutter deck. Get Lost we don't want. I actually do want Duress though. We'll go like this with our discard spells. Cut a River Regent. Cut Jecht. Bitter Triumph maybe? Try it like this. Alright, we have Authority on turn 1, so we're gonna keep this. And we have land, that's good. We need our deck to help us out a little bit here. More Shieldreds, okay. Got a lot of Verges. Drake Hatcher. Let's go ahead and Edict. Non-token. Spell Pierce is totally fine. Oh, I played the wrong land. Oh man, we could have played Shielded right there. Jeez, that was such a mistake. I think so they can double Lightning Strike a Shieldred. I think I'll take Chart a Course. Okay, they're gonna go double Lightning Strike to the face. That's not so bad. I mean, we're gonna take a hit here. Alright, let's play our... Okay, this bridge would not... It would have permitted us to play Shelly. Okay. Yeah, we'll keep a Scavenger Regent, and we'll play Shieldred. Alright, let's replay Shieldred. Opponent's top decking like a champ. Are those dragons? No, they're not. Okay. Well, I guess we're going for an X equals 3. If they counter this, we probably just die. So let's go X equals 4, actually. And if they have the Spell Pierce, we're dead. Sure. X equals 4. Cori Steel Cutter. Ooh, Acklazats. I like Acklazats. Let's explore. Demolition Field? Sure. Rest in Peace is good. There's Vivi. Gains us some life. Alright, let's attack with Acklazats. Make you discard, get a bat, gain some life. Rest in peace. Shieldred. Growl.
I'll save you once, then it's back to my quest.
I don't think this is gonna get him. Yeah, they can draw 3 cards with Growl. They take 6 damage and then they die in the backswing. All right, we beat Jeskai, Cutter, Occulus, Shenanigans. Scotty DF is our next opponent. Are we going to see some Final Fantasy from them? They're sporting the Cloud avatar. Ah, man, that's a 1-lander. We can't keep that. Opponent mulls also. Well, we're keeping this, and we'll bottom... Probably Day of Judgment... Since it's double white and we're not don't currently have white mana. Alright. Forest. Opponent likes their Final Fantasy swag. Drip. Selesnya. Side quest, raise a chocobo. So they get a chocobo. Chocobos are pretty scary, actually. They get very large in these landfall decks. Okay, they have a non-basic land now, which is good for us. Okay, so this is like a saffron olive deck, I think. Man, missing land is not good here. No landfall. I kind of don't want to demolition field them. Ambrosia Whiteheart, okay. Bouncing their land back to hand, okay. Saz's chocobo. Well, if I can... Okay. If I can find a black source off this deduce... I think I can sweep their board. Yes. Can I find a black source, please? No. No. Okay. I guess I'll play a slasher. Boy, that would have been so good to just wipe their board right there, but couldn't find it, man. And we did cut a land. There's still 25 lands in the deck. Okay, opponent did not attack. They're not showing any green mana currently. So let's X equals 2. Alright, bye-bye to the birds. Another Mothborn Hydra. Okay, opponent scoops. So they're a go-wide Chocobo landfall deck. I think we want Anoint with Affliction, Sunfall. Exercise, their creatures are going to get very, very large. So we can cut Spell Pierce. Cut Down has some targets, but not a whole bunch. So I think I can cut one. I think I'll cut a Duress also. Alright, we've got removal spells. So we'll keep. Our lands are both tap lands, but that happens when you're playing a 3-color deck like ours. Concealed Courtyard, we'll leave that on top. There's Saz's Chocobo. All right. Their deck does run a lot of like protection spells. I guess I'm gonna see if they have one now. They don't. Okay. Bristly Bill. Binding Negotiation. Let's Binding Negotiation. So they don't actually have a land in hand. They go with this Mossborn. This Precious Wanderings will draw them a land. So I'm going to take that. We would like to draw land. There's a Mossborn. Ride's End. Alright, I think we'll just exile the bill since it's tapped. We don't find land number 4. Ambrosia Whitehearts. Bounces a land so that they can replay it. Affinity for towns. Okay, so this costs 4 currently. Alright, I'm gonna play Jecht. So if they could go town and play their card draw spell, then they don't have Get Lost mana. Okay, they Get Lost the Jecht. Alright, so I would like to draw like Day of Judgment at this point. Bitter Triumph. Alright, I think I'm just passing. Travel the Overworld. I actually can't counter that because I don't have double blue. Okay. Okay, so let's... Sure. They get their land, fall trigger. Alright, let's try to kill this Hydra. We will probably discard a card. We'll discard 3 steps ahead. Okay, and let's get lost this chocobo also. Okay, their board is clear of threats. We don't draw land. Binding negotiation. Prish is wandering. So they can cast this. But I can get rid of it if I can draw a land for Elspeth. So I guess I'll take Get Lost because it kills Elspeth. I don't know. Maybe that's a mistake. Maybe I need to kill the get the Choco. I just need land. I need land number 5. Tatyova. That's legal in standard? Wow. Okay. Land into land would be ideal. Opponent's also playing very slowly. They have another big chocobo on top of their library. They mill it. Okay, oh, we draw a tap land. Well, Unstoppable Slasher. I don't think that's good enough. Let's see. Next turn. Yeah, I think we need to draw an untapped land and then Liliana minus make them sack everything. Mossborn. I didn't know this card was in standard. Wow. That goes really well. I mean, it's a 5-drop, but it's really good in a landfall deck, that's for sure. Map, they have side quest raise a chocobo on top. They bin it. Okay, deck. I really need an untapped land off the top here, please. If you can draw an untapped land, we're actually in pretty decent shape. Otherwise, we're dead. I mean, another sweeper would be good too. Untap land, please. Ultima is going to destroy our map tokens, but we gotta do it. traveling chocobo. Yeah, the chocobo synergies is pretty crazy. They draw 4 more cards. Wow. There is a lot of tech for this build in the new set, which is cool. Stock up. Hey, what's up, Beach Kiki? We're getting beat down by birds here. So I can play Elspeth and exile this traveling chocobo. Then they just need 2 land drops. And we're dead. But I mean, what else could I do? I could stock up, try to find a removal spell. No, I think I need to play Elspeth. Get rid of this chocobo.
One fewer foe.
Okay, there's Choco. So I need them to not play a 3rd chocobo. Okay. Now I need another sweeper. Wandering. Yeah. So, okay. So they get this up to 4 power. And they attack me and they win, right? See if they can manage to get it done before they time out. They attack Elspeth. What's up, Maven? They attacked Elspeth when they had the clean kill there. Well, let's see if we can draw a sweeper and punish them. Otherwise, we're dead. Look at that many cards from the top of your library. You may fit one of them in your hand.
This is not the end.
We draw a Day of Judgment. Okay, well, we're back in this. Should have attacked me when you had the kill. Maybe they're just trying to flex with their birds. We're still not out of this by any stretch. They've drawn 1,000,000 cards with these Travel the Overworlds, which is affinity for towns, draw 4. Wow. If there is a game 3, we're gonna have to tech those. Opponents ropes. All right, let's stock up. Opponent took super long to make like every decision in the match, and it looks like they're roping out here as well. So we're gonna count this as a win, even though like really we lost this. We should have lost this game. Okay. Well, I think they just doesn't mean that they're in. So we'll take an island, and we'll take stock up. Play an island, and we'll stock up. I think we'll take edict and exercise. I hear ya. Okay. Well, I don't know what happened at the end there. But we're going to count that as a win because they took forever and we're not replaying that match. Daunt the Virtuous with their Ugin avatar. Canada post-strike. Interesting. This is a one-lander. We're on the draw. It's a good one-lander because it's a survey land and we have at least one mana play, but I think we'll mulligan. Okay, this is better. I think we'll bottom Ultima. Okay, so it looks like some form of aggro. Maybe? Inti? Yeah, we'll cut down Inti. Duress. Let's Duress. Monstrous Rage, double Monstrous Rage, and Helix. Well, they also have an Inti. I think we'll take... Like, they can't actually play Monstrous Rage if they don't have any creatures. They only have one creature in hand, and we have a removal spell for it. So there's definitely an argument for taking Helix. Monstrous Rage is just such a monstrously powerful card, though. I think I'm actually just going to take Monstrous Rage. River Regent. We can keep that on top, I believe. Okay, let us continue with our surveillance. Island. Island is fine. We do eventually want to get up to, you know, we want to draw our lands. Alright, Inti gets its trigger. Discarding a Heartfire hero. Okay, they get it back. Oh no, they get this Bivouac. Yeah, let's get rid of Inti. Heartfire hero. Okay, they don't have the Heartfire hero. It's in their graveyard. How does this card work? When you discard one or more cards, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card until your next end step. Okay, they exiled the rest with Bivouac. Got it. Alright, here comes the Bivouac. Huge attack. Yep. Monstrous Rage. No Monstrous Rage? I'm surprised. Alright, we want to draw 3, discard 1. Shieldred is good. We'll discard one of these tap lands. Probably the Restless Fortress. Alright. Binding Negotiation. If they just tap out to attack with their Bivouac, I should be able to take one of their cards here, which could be good. I think I like leaving that on top. And Shieldred should be good here. Yes, I want them to activate their Bivouac and crack a map. Perfect. They don't crack a map. They're just going to attack for 4. Or 7 if they go for the Monstrous Rage. They don't. hostile and novice inspector on top. Okay. All right, Shelly gaining us life. Let's binding negotiation. And in Pakal, thousandth, they drew another monstrous rage. Whenever you attack with one of our non-gnome creatures, put a +1/+1 counter on it, then create that many gnomes that are tapped and attacking, where X is the number of creatures on it. Counters on it. I think I'll just take that. I don't want them making gnome tokens. Alright, here comes the bivouac. It's big. It's a 6/6. I'm actually just gonna take this though, I think. I don't know. They have nothing if I block. They have no creatures. Yeah, I think I'm actually blocking. I'm blocking. Yeah, they can get in some damage. That's fine. Oh, I should have deduced. I should have deduced before Shieldred died. Very bad play. So I should be at 13 life. There's my demolition field. Alright, let's play Aclazotz. That should be helpful. Lightning Helix to my face. Okay, let's duress you. We'll take Sheltered by Ghosts. And we'll make you discard Monstrous Rage and gain 4 life. And I'll hold up my counterspell and my clue. Alright, GG's. So let's go Authority of the Consuls. Let's go Shieldred. Yes, managed to get there. In spite of a little bit of punting. Anoint with Affliction. Beza. Lily, Big Lily's too slow. We'll cut a River Regent as well. Like, Elspeth is too slow. Get Lost is terrible against mouse decks. Ultima, too slow. 5 mana is just a lot against a deck like theirs. Exercise? I don't think we want Exercise. It can get rid of a Sheltered by Ghosts. I think we want, like, Spell Pierce, possibly, or Tishana's. Let's go for Spell Pierce. I'm actually going to cut a Duress. I think Spell Pierce... I like Spell Pierce more than Duress. Okay, we actually have turn 1 Authority of the Consuls and a cut down and an anoint. This is about as good as we can ask for. Novice Inspector is a fine magic card. Alright, they have a bivouac. Let's go ahead and binding negotiation. Lightning? Opponent's a lightning deck. If they're playing dirty monstrous rage. They draw another lightning. We do want land number 4, so let's top that. And I think I'll just cut down lightning while they're tapped out. I don't want them growing its power and toughness mid-combat and blowing me out. Inti. Alright. Archive. Shieldred. Pretty sure we want Shieldred. And I think I'm going to end up just anointing this Inti. Or I don't know, I could sweep next turn. Save the anoint for the bivouac. Nah, I don't want them to get any extra cards, so let's just go ahead and kill that. More novice inspectors. Heartfire hero. Alright. Let's sweep. They ping us for 1. Crack their clue. Bivouac time. No more lies. Let's play our unstoppable slasher. I want them to use their lightning helix on the slasher. Voice of victory. Ooh, that's a good one. Alright, let's attack with Slashy. So, I think I'll Spell Pierce. Keep Slasher around. This does mean that I can't, like, do anything this turn. That might have been a mistake. Unstoppable Slasher's pretty good, though. Okay. Well, they sacrificed their dragon to get rid of the Slasher. It comes back. And Authority just negates Mobilize, basically. I like the fact that they're at 8 and I'm at 16. Another Authority. That now actually net gains me a bunch of life when they attack with the Voice of Victory. But I want to get Shieldred down first. Lightning Helix on Slashy. Okay. Sheltered by ghosts. Okay, we draw a land. So I can kill this Voice of Victory. Or I could just play this Dragon and Authority number 2. I think I like Dragon plus Authority number 2 here. This can actually kill the Voice of Victory. So now I net gain life when they attack with their Voice of Victory as well now. Here comes the Bivouac. Alright, I'm gonna block. Day of Judgment. Yeah, let's just go ahead and get rid of that. We get Shieldred back. And opponent has had enough. Alright, I love beating aggro decks. get a new apartment. Scarblood will be our final opponent. We'll be on the play. And this hand looks perfectly fine. We'll keep. Let's go Darkslick Shores. I should have let on my tap land. I wasn't thinking. I don't have 1 mana play, so there's no reason to play that turn 1. So yeah, now I can't Bitter Triumph turn 2 if I need to. Sequencing matters. Fortunately, opponent's deck is pretty slow too. Alright, we are going to stock up. Let's grab an Edict and a stock up. Summon Fenrir. When you cast a creature this turn, that creature enters with additional +1/+0 counter. Draw a card if you control the creature with the greatest power or tied for the greatest power. Okay, so we can Edict the Fenrir if we want. Which I think we want to do. We don't want to stock up here because we'll be discarding to hand size. I feel like 3 steps ahead is going to be a good card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we're at 7 cards in hand. I think we'll just go ahead and Edict now. Because otherwise it's a cast trigger. So yeah, let's make you sack a non-token creature. I wonder if that ability sticks around though, since the enchantment's gone. I don't think it does. It doesn't. It's not a lingering effect, it's just text on the enchantment. Okay, they're beanstalks. Oh, it did enter with the counter. So what do I want to do here? Ultima. Okay, Ultima's gonna be good, I have a feeling. So let's just stock up. We'll grab Ultima plus land. Beans. Overlord. All right. Well, let's go ahead and just sweep. Virtue of persistence. Huh. Okay. Well, we can River Regent to bounce that. It means they get to draw another card off their beanstalk. Can we beat it? They can reanimate those 3/2s. We have no creatures in our graveyard. I could play Jecht and still hold up my 3 steps ahead. Or I could play Acklazotz. They're gonna have Leyline Binding. I think I'll go for Jecht. Let's try out Jecht. We put him in our deck. Summon Titan. What does this do? It's going to enter with a +1/+1 counter. I can't read what it does. Mill 3 cards. Return all lands from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Until the end of the turn, target creature you control gets +X and trample, where X is the number of lands you control. Okay. I think that's okay, actually. We don't need to counter that. Like, they get the card off Beans. Mill 5 cards, sure. Alright, let's just get rid of this Titan. We'll pay 3 life. They do have Leyline Binding. Okay, Day of Judgment. Let's play Aclazotz. Okay, so they get to get back their Titan. Nothing I can do about that. $27 cards left in their library. Leyline Binding. Counter that. They still get to draw off Beans. Alright, they get their Overlord. So, we're probably going to have to Day of Judgment. I could Meringue, bounce Virtue of Persistence. I don't know. Bouncing this isn't good though, because they just get to replay it and they get to draw a card. It slows them down for a turn. I think the Titan has reach. We certainly need to sweep or we're dead, right? So we make you discard a card. You get a bat. Which they cut down, sure. Okay, they block. Let's Day of Judgments. Pass. Every time they reanimate this Titan, they're milling themselves for another 5 cards. Okay. They get their night tokens off that thing. More Virtue of Persistence. Okay, let's deduce. Crack our clue. They have 23 cards left still. Shieldred. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can actually Shieldred plus Meringue. Which I guess we need to do. Shieldred. Other creatures you control get +2/+2 to the end of the turn. Put an indestructible counter on each of them. So what do we do here? Play a Meringue, double bounce the Virtues of Persistence. That way they don't reanimate anything this turn. They also don't have a very good attack. Well, I guess they have a fine attack. They get in for 8. The alternative is draw some cards. I think this is better. If we bounce this... Yeah, let's bounce this so they don't get more tokens, and bounce... Leyline? One of the Virtues of Persistence? I don't know. Maybe we just bounce this. And a token. Because they just won't... They won't replay the Virtue of Persistence. Leyline Binding. Get rid of Shieldred. Okay, they get back their Titan. Oh no, Bahamut. And their Titan. More knights. Yuna, that's she can reanimate enchantments, right? Yeah. Okay, so we need another sweeper here. Or we're dead. How many have we already used? We've used 1 Day of Judgment so far. So we have lots of... We have another Day of Judgment in Ultima, at least. Alright, let's stock up. Find a sweeper. We didn't find a sweeper. So that means that we're dead, right? Is there anything else that can draw us cards in these 5? There isn't. Okay. Couldn't find it. So, they're doing that, eh? Well, we want Cease and Desist for sure, and Rest in Peace. They're a Graveyard Beans Domain Overlords deck. So we want Sunfall also, and Exercise. Alright, Cut Down we definitely don't want. Anoint with Affliction we don't want. Yeah, I'm going to bring in Spell Pierce. And Tinasha's. So Liliana's terrible. I think I'll cut the Slasher since I'm bringing in Sunfall. And maybe Aclazotz too. I guess I'll cut Deduce just because it's weak. Alright, this hand looks pretty good, so we'll keep. We have a Spell Pierce, which is nice to have against beans. Early in the game, that is. Okay, we're not tapping out for stock up. Overlord. Gonna get them back more Overlords? No, okay. Alright, here we'll stock up. We'll get Binding Negotiation and Sunfall. Fenrir. Alright, I think I want a Binding Negotiation. Persistence, Leyline Binding, Overlord. I can take this Overlord. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Overlord. Or 5. And I think we'll just pass. I could exercise this Overlord too, but I got this Sunfall here. Summon Titan. Okay. Let's stock up. I think. No, I think we need to... We need to get rid of this Titan so that we don't die, I think. It's just too big. To hold up double Spell Pierce, possibly. Overlord. Alright, let's get rid of this Restless Cottage before I forget they have it. We'll grab... I guess this island, since we got a lot of blue cards in our hand. Alright, we're gonna get to hit both their Overlords with our Sunfall next turn. So I think we want to stock up. We'll take... I think a Scavenger Regent, because it can sweep them. And a River Regent or land. Land's so boring. We'll take a River Regent. Yep, we get hit by the Overlord. Alright, we'll Spell Pierce the Virtue. No more lies. Alright. We will Sunfall the Overlords away. Fenrir. Okay. Let's play Jecht. I think. Do we want to play Jecht? Sure. Yeah, we want to draw out their leyline binding, which it's okay if they want to play that on Jecht. Or maybe they actually go for Ride's End, which I would counter. Spell Pierce that. Summon Primal Odin. Destroy target creature an opponent controls. This creature gains, whenever this creature deals damage to a player, that player loses the game. Okay. Sure. I guess we'll block. I don't know. Maybe we didn't want to. We're getting a little low on life. So even though we're gonna sweep now, it seems okay to block here. River Regents. Alright, let's just sweep. Okay, their last card is a Leyline Binding. We'll just play a River Regent. Not bouncing anything. They can bind it, sure. We have a Get Lost. Yuna. Okay. We gotta kill Yuna, I think. At the beginning of your end step. They also have this virtue of persistence. Ugh, man. Pretty bad. Return up to one enchantment card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter. So they can get an Overlord, a white Overlord, a black Overlord, another virtue of persistence. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. I can Ride's End her and pay the ward. Which I guess I need to do at the beginning of your end step. Okay. Let's see what they get back. White Overlord. Sure. Pay the ward. Another Yuma. Wow, what a top deck. Okay. Double Virtue of Persistence. Where's my rest in peace and my cease desist? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, they can just continuously get back their stuff. I need my cease desist. Am I dead to their attack? I am. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I gotta sweep again, I guess. Yeah, they had the top deck Yuna, and that got us. So I think we're dead here. I can actually sweep them again. They can just continuously rebuild their board, though. And there's nothing I can really do about it. I can sweep them again. They get back Yuna again. I'm dead to an attack step. I could Meringue River Regent bounce both. I could get lost the Leyline Binding. Meringue River Regent bounce both the virtues. But then they can just Leyline Binding and I'm still dead. I'm still dead to their combat is the problem. Is there any way I can survive their combat? There really isn't. One, two, three, four, five, six. Yeah, I mean, I can sweep them again. See, this is why cease desist would be great against them, but what would be much better than that? I'm actually out of basics. Okay, so they got us. There's nothing we can do. Like I can't even sweep their board because I don't have another basic land, so we're just dead to their combat. Yeah, whatever we do, they can just keep recycling their graveyard. So, okay, so we got a 4-1 with this iteration of Banditless Control, which is great. I'm very pleased about that result. And I think stock up really made all the difference. I think this card is a great card, and having the 4-up stock up was the difference in us having the performance that we did and not doing as well. I think we want to add another deduce or two. We want something to help us with our card draw, fixing prior to the stock ups. So the one of deduce looks a little weird because I was like, I don't know, making a lot of last minute adjustments and stuff. I think we definitely could use like 1 to 2 card draw spells before 3, but the stock up is clutch there. And 25 lands I think is okay. We got a little pinched on mana here and there, but I think we were just unlucky in those matchups where that was an issue, where we got stuck on like 2 lands. 25 lands is a lot of lands, so you shouldn't be stuck on like 2 lands by turn 5. It shouldn't happen that often. So we were just a little unlucky in those couple of situations. As far as the sideboard goes, yeah, like you don't see a lot of decks like that last deck we just saw. Which definitely cease desist was good there, but I think rest in peace. I think I'm gonna remove these, at least one of these, and add rest in peace instead, because there's no graveyard hate quite like rest in peace. Like you just want rest in peace against a deck like that, and with the printing of Yuna, like our opponent was using, I think you're gonna see more. There's gonna be more graveyard decks, and when you're against a graveyard deck, you really just want rest in peace. So we will lose the 2 cease desist, probably get go up to 3 rest in peace. Then we'll have to adjust the sideboard a bit to add a bit more like enchantment type hate, which, you know, I'll have to think about what would be a good way to go as far as that goes. But I think cease desist had its time in standard, and I don't think it's as good a sideboard card as it used to be, just because of the shift in meta, which I think is going to continue. So yeah, let's add another card draw spell or two before the stock ups, and change the sideboard around, get those 3 rest in peace in the side. Other than that, I thought the deck was really good. I like the array of threats. We never got to see an actual attack with Jecht, but it certainly is threatening enough that like people have to deal with it. So I think it's cool. I like it a lot better than a hostile investigator. Like you could always make an argument to like add another shielder there instead. You could add a Beza, but you know, that puts more of a tax on the mana. I do like the synergy of his ability to make our opponents discard, and our plan of like having our opponent have few cards in hand. So I think I like Jecht. I want to try him another run through at least. Anyway, we'll take a 4-1 for tonight. That was a good run for Banditless Control, better than we've been doing the last couple times, and stock up times 4 was all the difference. So you should play 4 stock ups in your blue decks if you're not playing like super aggro, and even then you might consider playing some. But in a controlling deck like this, absolutely, you just want the 4 stock ups. It's just that good. Anyway, that's going to do it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed watching me play my pet deck, standard Banditless Control Esper Colors. If you did and you like off-meta MTG content, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. There's a link to my Twitch if you want to come check out MTG live. We do stream MTG every Tuesday and Friday. So come on by if you want to check out the action, 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. Well, that's going to do it for tonight. I'll see you later in the week, and have a good night.